Okay, new lesson here, percent composition. Percent composition is basically asking what percentage of a whole is something, right? What percentage of a whole is something. That's as simple as I can put it. Here I got a bunch of tax here. I think that's what it's called, tax. So what percentage of it is green? What percentage of it is red, right? We see all the components here, and then yellow, and then blue. So what percentage of all this is each color? And so the first question you need to answer is what? How do you find the percentage? Percentage is always part over whole times 100, right? So the total, if you have 100%, that means you have all of it. So all this combined is 100%. So the percentages need to add up to 100%. Okay? So how do we determine? First, we need to count, sort them out by color, right? So here's red. We got 6. We got 6, right? And then yellow, we got 4. Blue, we have 2. Green, I have 1. So first, I need to find the total. The total is 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 4 is 11, plus 12 is 13. So this is your total. So to find the percent part, each one, take that, divide by the 13 times 100 will get you your green. 6 divided by 13 times 100 will give you your red. So part divided by whole, the total. Right? This is your whole. Complete 100% is the total. So 4 divided by 13 times 100 will get you your yellow, and 2 divided by 13 times 100 will get you your blue. Of course, 13 is an odd number. Really, 13 is an odd number, so you get a calculator, and 1 divided by 13 times 100, and you get 7.69. So yeah, keep 2 decimal places is appropriate. 7.69%. Then red is 6, so 6 divided by 13 times 100, you'll get 46.15%. And then 4 over 13 is for yellow. 4 over 13 times 100, that'll be 30.77%, right? Let's you know how to round here. Then 2 divided by 13, 2 divided by 13 times 100 is 15.38%. So it should be really close to 100, maybe 0.01 or 0.02 off because we rounded some of these numbers. But that's how we calculate percent composition. And you already know, right? Which one's the most abundant? Most abundant is red. So that's why it's going to be, red's going to have the highest percentage. Which one has the second most? Yellow. So yellow is 30%. And then blue has 2, and green only has 1, so green has the lowest percentage. Green is up here, sorry. Green is the last one. Alright, so the reason I use this is to make a point, really, to make a point, because these are pointing. No, not really, but because it's just sitting here on my desk, and so put that away. So what does that lead us to? That leads us to, in chemistry, we have compounds, we have formulas, and we need to be able to determine the percent composition. So we have 2 elements here, Cu and Br. So basically, what percentage by mass? Okay, by mass, not by how many. If we're talking about atoms, is 1 copper to 2 bromine here, but we have to accommodate the mass. What percentage by mass? And so first we need to look at copper, and we need to look at Br. We have 2 bromine, right? We have 2 bromine, so make note of that. You will need a handy dandy periodic table and a calculator, because I don't expect you to do these math in your head, and you don't need to do long multiplication on paper. So copper is here, 63.546. So rounding to 1 decimal place is good, 63.5. Okay, so copper is equals to 63.5. We only have 1, so we just keep it at 63.5. Bromine, look here, 79.9. So you write 79.9, but there's 2 of them, so we multiply it by 2. And now just use your calculator to do the rest of this. 63.5, I leave that alone. 79.9 times 2 is 159.8. Okay? And now I have to add them together. I need to get the total. I need to get the total which is the molar mass, Be familiar with this term, the molar mass, right? Mass is the number you get below the symbol on the periodic table. This is the mass. Okay. So add those together, 159.8 plus 63, and I get a total of 223.3. That's an ugly 2. 223.3 grams per mole. Get used to that unit as well, because we're going to use that very often. So that's your total. So each of those, what you do is you take each of those now, and you divide that 65 by the total 223.3 times 100, and you'll get your percentage for copper. And then 159.8 divided by 223.3 times 100, and you'll get your percentage for bromine. Okay. So first, find the mass of each element, multiply by however many there are in the compound, add them up, get the total, right? Add these numbers up, get the total, and then divide each of them by the total, multiply by 100, you get your percentage. And so let's just check here. 63.5 divided by 223.3 times 100, I get 28.4%. And then 159.8 divided by 223.3 times 100, I get 71.6%. And believe it or not, you add those, it's going to be real close or 100%, and that is the case for here. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, first, do the same thing. List out all your elements you see. I see calcium, I see oxygen, and I see hydrogen. I have one calcium. See the 2 out here? That 2 out there as a subscript, you multiply through everything inside. 2 O's and 2 H's. 2 O's and 2 H's. Okay? So get the mass for each of them. Calcium, which is here, 40.07, I'll round up to 40.1, times 1, that'll give us 40.1. 2 oxygen, 15.999, so for our sake, we just put 16.0, times 2 of them, that'll give you 32.0. Hydrogen, 1.008, 1.0 is perfect, times 2, that'll give us 2.0. Okay, so we've got the mass of each of them. What's the next step? The next step is you add them all up for the molar mass. So this one I can do it in my head here. 1 plus 0 plus 0 is 1, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 7, so 74 grams per mole. 1 mole of that is 74.1 grams. And so the next step is to go through and divide each one. So 40, each component divided by 74.1 times 100. And you get your calcium. Divided by 74.1 times 100. Divided by 74.1 times 100. And you'll get your percentage for all 3 of them, okay? This is one where you have to actually do it, and I won't do that for you. All right, I'm just showing you, getting you set up here. And that's how you do that number 2. Take a moment, get the answers there. Right? And so just to help you out, list the elements here. Just list all the elements. Number 4 here, Mg, P, and O. How many Mgs? 3 Mgs. How many P? Remember the 2 out here, you multiply to both everything inside. So there's 1 P in there, multiply by 2, you have 2 P. There's 4 O's inside, multiply through, you have 2 times 4, which is 8 O's. Okay. So what this is saying, this is Mg, 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 and then P, P, O4, O4, 2 O4, so that's 8 O4, O's, 8 O's, 2 P's, 3 Mg's. Okay, so make sure you count those right. If you don't count those right, then you probably won't end up with the right answer, right? Same thing here, number 8. If you need help with that, multiply the two n's. So N, H, S, and O. Oops, blurry. Okay, unblur. There you go. 2 n's, 8 h's, 1 s, and 4 o's. Okay, you should be able to do all this now. It's pretty simple. Just a review. So get this done and have fun.